All right. What's up? What's up? What's up? What up? What up? Welcome everybody back to the Wiley Show. Y'all give us a quick little minute here. How y'all doing? We are live in the chat. So, woo, man, I was not expecting to come on the live today, but yet we are on this particular live because it is needed. Yeah, you all seen the title. We have a lot that we're going to get into in this broadcast. And when I tell you it's going to be off the chain, we're talking about Diddy, 50 Cent, Stevie J, Lizzo. We're talking about King Combs. We're talking about Raven, Symoné, and so many others. So before we get started, let me do a praise report. We got to do a praise report, right? So we got an update on our YouTube analytics, the rating of our YouTube channel. And this is something where it's just an amazing outlet or update that we're going to do. So this morning, we were able to see how well we did in the month of March. So I want to get into these numbers if y'all bear with me. In the month of March, we did 382,000.7, okay, times of people have watched the Wiley Show in the month of March. We've beaten all the previous months. Is the highest month ever, all the way going back to October. Our channel did 43% more views than usual. Most viewers were new to the channel. For the first time in history, 73% of new viewers, compared to the returning viewers at 27%. So brand new viewers really came through, as well as returning viewers, right? So we did 12,461 likes. We did double the amount of likes that we did in the month of February. We did 871 shares. We did double the amount we did in February with shares. We did 1,965 comments. We did double the amount of comments that we did in the month of February. So I'm looking at that and I said, oh my gosh. And then the amount of money that we did we did double the amount financially that we did in the month of February. But that was hard work. That was hard work. Because it was people like you and those that are watching from around the world that watch the replay. And also we have to put us on there and give us credit because we've been entertaining, but the audience is more important too, because you all been sharing it with your people. You know what I'm saying? You've been liking and sharing and over and over and over and over. You've been sharing it with your people, and some of y'all have been just sharing it with your folks, and I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that because you didn't have to do it, but you did. Okay, now I'm about to get this show started. Let me see your comments. Finally call alive. Good evening. Hey everyone, good job. Keep climbing. And we will. We're not going to stop climbing on this show. We're going to keep on trapping, as we know. So we got a lot to get into. So let's start with Raven Symoné. Now, first of all, Raven Symoné, if you remember back in 2014, this is when Oprah Winfrey Network was struggling. And so she would interview celebrities, to get the ratings up on OWN. So she had Where Are They At Now? She had Raven Symoné. I was watching it just before all the black shows was on there. And she said, well, I'm not gay. I'm not African American. I'm an American. What? Oprah was like, what did you say? Twitter is gonna eat it up. I'm not African. I'm not African. I'm an American. I'm not African American. I'm an American. I don't believe in labels. So fast forward to now, she was talking to her wife now, her white wife, and she was saying how the community, the black community, turned against her, how they misinterpret of what she said. She said, I am not disowning my blackness. I just don't believe in labels that I'm not from Africa. I'm from America, but I do understand my ancestors, their contributions to this country, the reason of what made this country um, where it is today. Now I understand what she was saying, but then I was reading the comments and I'm like, you say you don't believe in labels, but you keep saying you an American. That's a label. That's an American label. So when people say I don't believe in labels, you're believing in labels. Then you proceed to contradict yourself by saying, I'm an American. Well, that's a label right there. Now I understand what people understand. I'm black, you know what I'm saying? I have African in my blood. Um, Regardless of what you say, when you go across overseas, she had a great point. They're not going to say that's an African American. They're going to say that's an American. I understand, but that's still a label. Now, there's nothing wrong with what she's saying. But what can be twisted up is that it could be saying like you're ashamed of your African roots. You're ashamed of that. Because if you were to do a DNA test, an ancestry test, you can guarantee you have a lot of people from Africa in your blood. Now, the problem with that is with a lot of people in America that have African descent, because it's like you're so generations removed from the native land, from the motherland, you don't have that connection. But I'm kind of sad at Ravens because she's wealthy, so she can afford to go to Africa. She can afford to go to Ghana. She can afford to go to Nigeria. She can afford to go to, you know what I'm saying, to South Africa. She have the wealth to have that connection, to meet her extended cousins and stuff, that you're kind of small-minded to think your family is just Americans. No, you have a worldwide family. So I get what she's saying, and that's why she was dragged, and rightly so. But now I think some black folks, some even would say, well, I'm not African. And so we're the only group, because that's a piece of white supremacy to divide and conquer. We have to do more of loving ourselves, loving what we come from. I will never forget it. This whole thing with reparations. And you have some people that believe that everybody don't deserve reparations. Like if you know, you got the FBA movement, and then you got, you know what I'm saying, another movement. So it's get kind of confusing, but I make it simple. If your ancestors were slaves and you were born in this country, from that generation, from that bloodline, from that young from that, I believe that you are deserving of a check. I do believe you're deserving of therapy, part of your reparation, property, etc. If your great great grandmother was born on a plantation, brought here in chains, your grandfather was brought here, you were born through that, right? You're deserving of a check. You're deserving of a check. That's how I make it seem. That's how I make it seem like it are deserving of that. Because when you're listening to the 1619 Project, you understand the plight, the blood, the sweat, the tears that our ancestors had to endure for us to be able to live the American dream. Because Africans that came to this country, there were a move where a lot of them were brought here, was stolen, most of them. And there were a movement of go back to Africa. So you did have some Africans that was in America that went back to the native land when they was able to be free. Some went back, but some decided to stay, say, no, this is my country. I'm a stakeholder in this country. I have built this country. I'm right here. So this movement of people are going to identify as African or identify in America is not a new concept. It's just new because this is Raven and she's more current in history. But this have been going on for a long time. You had civil rights leaders debating about this. You had people that wasn't a Garveyite, Marcus Garvey, and you had all type of leaders that everybody had an idea of it. But at the end of the day, slavery happened. Okay. At the end of the day, Jim Crow happened. At the end of the day, in current history, we are under attack with our schools are under attack of removing black books that's showing the history of what our people contributed to society. That's under attack. You have black-owned venture companies that want to fund black-owned companies. It's being challenged as called that's illegal. Right now, the George Floyd Memorial Scholarship is under attack because the white wing organization is very well funded. They're challenging that scholarship, said y'all are only giving it to black students and not non-black students. You're showing discrimination. So they're trying to sue them to shut down that scholarship. And if they succeed, that's going to harm the black folks that were able to get the scholarship to go to pay for college. So we're under, it's a very well-oiled machine that is against our blackness. Even to Raven's point, regardless of that you believe that you're an American or not, you're still black, and you're still, they still believe that you're African, no matter how you feel like you identify. I was watching Mayor Adams on The Breakfast Club, and the sister was really drilling into him for his failed policy of the rhetoric he preached about the crime, about his failed policy of the migrant, and he just a failure all around, according to this sister. But one of the things that Mayor Adams said that I could agree upon is that, you know, black mayors is under attack. They are shipping those asylum seekers, those migrants, to black-owned cities. I mean, black-run city by mayor, because they don't like to see black power. And then he said a great point, that the mayor that got elected in LA, they weren't even sending people to LA. LA was not on their radar. Soon when she got elected, they started sending buses of asylum seekers, the migrants, to LA, because they don't like to see black people in political positions. And this is something that, you know, the Black America, African Americans that got black skin, we're under attack. And if you can't see it, it's because you're not in tune with it. You're in tune with your daily life. You're in tune of paying your rent. I get that. I'm the same way, but I'm still watching like, oh, let me go back to my people. And I thank God for the gift that I have in a platform that I can let people know this is what's going on. They're really coming after us, and they're doing it very well. They're doing it in the courts. They're doing it in the state houses around this country. They're doing it in Capitol Hill. They're doing it all over. And this is why it's so important that we do our due diligence and bring the real facts to the people. I also feel with Raven, number one, it's the people that she hang around. She's heavily influenced by her wealthy white friends, and she pick up this identity that comes with that. She picks that spirit up. And I don't think she understands the power that she had in the black community. I don't think she understands it. I think she runs away from it because she don't want to seem to be, quote unquote, really down with the cause and the struggle. But I'm glad that she explained, I don't agree. And guess what? Raven's still my sister. Guess what? She is still, guess what? I will still send my nieces like to research, to do a paper about her, to do a project about her, because Raven showed you that you can use your gift and you can become wealthy. And she used her gift to become wealthy. She had great parents that invested in her and made her be in a financial position that she in today. To this day, she was so smart, because why people talk about that, she also talked about in her past that don't get a lot of publicity. She said, I never spent my Cosby money. I never touched it. I never touched the Cosby money. I never spent the Cosby money. And she made a lot of money on Cosby. That was a syndicated show, high-rated show, and she was one of the major stars of the show. And she said, I never touched that money. Never. So obviously she's a level-headed woman that understands business, and she's not out here broke. She's not out here in the psych ward. Like she's a level-headed person. But I think they just want her to be, and that's another thing that a lot of child stars, particularly the ones in the Black community, we hold them up to that child moment. But that's when they were children. She's an adult. She's grown. Or she's in her 30s. So we just have to understand she have a right to her ideas. But the reason why I love Raven, because I will never forget it when they hired her to work on The View. I said she's perfect for The View. And they said, Wiley, that's so because I said Raven have an idea of how what she feel that a situation is, and she's going to challenge the people on the panel. She's going to shake it up, and she did exactly that. She was going viral. They was posting about her because she shook up The View, and that's why I love her about that. She really, really shook it up. Now, I can also say about Raven, because people were saying, why she date a white woman? Again, we talked about this in a previous broadcast. You don't know who you gonna fall in love with, and I don't want to restrict my love. Now, I can say I want a Black woman. I can say I want a Black man. I can say that all day. But after I get through saying it, I might roll into a white man or a white woman. You don't know. It's like if I knew that, it's a lot of other things I would predict. But you don't know. And so you got to understand, maybe you're, and most people date who they live around, who they're around. And when you become so wealthy, you're probably not around a lot of wealthy people, a lot of wealthy Blacks. You probably are around a lot of wealthy whites. So you date who you around. So I'm not shocked, but I get it why people would say that, because it's for some way. I cannot wait till we as a society stop looking at color as the end all be all, because there's plenty Black people that have dated, married Black wives, and they treating them like dirt. In some cases like that, they're treating them like dirt. They're not treating them like a queen. They're not treating them like she's the Mother Earth. All the stuff that you have some Black sisters out here marry some brothers that came out better just being single. They don't honor that brother. In some cases, they don't uplift them. They suck energy out of them, because you're just trying to keep just a look of we just a black love, but in reality, it's torture. But then you have those that have been in a relationship, been so successful for decades, love each other, honor each other, and they're a Black, beautiful couple. That's great. That's an honor. That's an honor. But don't get mad. I can have that same honor if I were to marry a white woman. And that's my choice. And that will be the choice that I and my future wife would make. And so, again, I think we are so caught up into that. And regardless of it, if you look at the economic piece, you have white people that's going under economically. You have Black people that are living check to check that are going under. Because once you pull back all the color, once you pull back all of that, how your economic status? How is your standing? Can you afford your car payment, your car insurance? So after you get through talking about race, are you caught up on your mortgage? Are you caught up on your rent? Can you afford the food at your nearest at the grocery store? Can you afford clothing? Can you afford your medication? White, Black, otherwise. So I just think that we're so caught up on how we look and not caught up on the condition that some of us are in. The average family is struggling in America, regardless of their race. It just so happened in the Black community, statistic wise, we're suffering more. There was a saying that if white America have the flu, Black people is in a coma. If they're in economic flu, then what do you think Black America is going through economically as a collective? If white America is struggling and saying they can't afford to be here, what the hell do you think We, as a just looking at the data, because the data we have always, as a collective, have been behind financially. We never beat white America in wealth as a collective. We never beat them. Statistic-wise, that data never show. We never beat white America as homeowners and the most funding of Black-owned business, never. So if they're dealing with economic anxiety, what do you think Black America is dealing with? So it is, you do have to bring up race in some aspect, but when I wake up, I don't necessarily have to always bring up my race because I know I'm Black, but I don't wake up and say, oh, I'm a Black man. No, I don't have to always bring that up. But what I think what Raven did, well, it did create the conversation. How do you identify? And this generation obviously is stuck on how to identify. How to identify. Like, this is it's so complex with the identity. It's crazy. Like, now, back in the day, it was just gay. That's it. I'm lesbian, gay. Now it's a plethora of labels. And this generation get offended with it. Like, non-binary, it's so much. You can't, you have some parents that don't tell their children he or she, they call them they or we. So it's a very challenged and a complex situation with this generation. In the generation I'm a part of, it wasn't always like this when I was coming up. Wow, saying when I was coming up. When I was coming up, we didn't really want to care about the labels. We didn't really care about it. And the race to bring it up just for us walking in the room for checking. Absolutely. I think that all need to go away of checking that. I don't think you should ever bring up what is your race on the application. Never. I don't think that should come up. I don't think what's the need for that. Absolutely not. So that's my whole point on that. And we could definitely dive into it. Somebody said, where is Nate? I don't know. Well, Nate was at work. So if he here, we'll bring Nate on, but he was at work. We'll bring him on. If he drop out the bushes, you want to come on, he can come on. Okay, we had to talk about that. Now let's get into Lizzo. Now, this Lizzo piece, this is why I tell people, when y'all hear allegations, be very cautious on the allegations. So this woman was accused of so many SA, hostile work environment. Some of those suits have been thrown out. Now, she have posted that she want to quit, that she's done. Many people assume that she said she want to quit music. Obviously, Lizzo is dealing with an identity crisis. Lizzo is not as popping anymore. Her label kind of put her on ice, a whole lot of ice, because she had those allegations. It kind of disrupted her momentum. She was literally replacing Cardi B as the darling of the label. Now, when the darling of the label, she had those allegations, they dumped her. I mean, they put in the media, and she, now the lawyer of the victims, she was dragging Lizzo, like the lawyer was. So this is crazy. But I will say this, and I'm not trying to be shady, when for Lizzo, this is why she shouldn't say anything, let it go through the courts. But I do believe it look like she's gonna win, that she didn't do anything wrong. I just think that they were upset they got fired, and they was disgruntled employees, and they just went to the media and trashed her. And that's a great effective strategy, especially in this Me Too Time's Up era, this you're going to be canceled era. You could just cancel a person with allegations, and if you repeat it over and over and over and over and over and over again, people would believe it. Do I believe that she told them to do have it? No. Do I believe that she was a rough boss? Like, yes. But do I believe she forced them to do things like that? No, I don't believe that at all. Absolutely not. I don't believe it. She would have settled quickly. She got bread. She didn't never settle. She didn't settle with none of them. So none of them. I just think that with Lizzo, because a lot of people didn't like that she was a fat Black woman, and she's just showing all her fatness and not ashamed of being fat. But then Lizzo kind of contradicted herself, saying, I want to be healthy and all of that. She didn't get the love like Monique when Monique was on her weight loss journey. And I think that's what forced Lizzo back to eating whole pies, 50-inch sheet cakes, extra vanilla, 3 gallons of chocolate chip ice cream. I think they drove her back into eating because she really wanted to change. And eventually, Lizzo will be on Ozempic. Lizzo will change. That will be the next rebrand for her as a physically fit woman. I personally would believe it, but I just think Lizzo gave us mixed signals. Like one day she wanted to be this pro big woman, next day I'm a vegan. That's a whole lot of vegan food. Like it's a lot that she have to go through. But I would also say that a lot of her team members were being very aggressive to the dancers, and people understand that you got to be careful how you treat people. There's a such thing as hostile work environment. You can't be yelling at people, cussing folks out, pushing them around. You can't do that. So you have to be very cautious with that. But obviously they won, and obviously she sued the victims. The victims sued, but some of the stuff was thrown out. But we don't care because once you cancel, you cancel. What are y'all saying? Once you cancel, you cancel. But I will also say about Lizzo, because I love Lizzo. I feel like when I used to walk outside, I would listen to It's About Damn Time. I would listen to her music. Her music was, I felt empowered. I felt all the people that say you can't happen, you can't sit in Hollywood, you can't be popular. Like Lizzo music empowered you. I can walk in a room and command authority, command respect, because I got Lizzo in my ear. And then those allegations came out, and I haven't listened to Lizzo since. And that because Queen Cardi B have been surpassing Nicki Minaj with great music. But I want to, and then also Sexy Red came out, that nasty gutter, gonorrhea, fishy type of music. Early 2000s, ratchet, gutter, fishy tampon type of music had came out. And so I'm addicted to that ratchetness. I want to that don't give up. Okay. The man will do what the drag do it the best. Okay. All right. I like all that nasty gutter, ghetto, thuggish, EBT type of music. I'm addicted to it now. I don't want to listen to no positive. I want to listen to F My Baby Daddy. You know what I'm saying? I even, so I'm just not in this whole positive, and I think it ran its course. Don't nobody want to listen to no positive pop. They want to listen to ratchet. They don't. So I personally, when I was listening to it, I'm just not in a positive type of thing. I listen to a lot of ratchet music. Okay, that musty type of music. Like it's okay to be musty. It's that Glorilla that's down a little, that little touch of slowness. I love that. I love that type of music. I'm addicted to it, right? Because even when I go to Vegas, I think that's going to be the vibe of just ratchet, dirty music. That musty music, that is what made me get all sweaty. It was just none but ratchet music. They didn't play not one Lizzo record in the club. Gutter, dirty, ratchet, low credit score type of music. And a lot of high income, intelligent people like myself, not the high income, I'm high income in spirit, not in the physical aspect, yeah. But I'm addicted to the music. When I was with Nate in Dallas, my husband, Nate 702, we were listening to ratchet music. He was shaking his butt. Doing he wasn't shaking his butt to no Lizzo. Talk back to me in this chat. That man was shaking his Nate 702, my husband, them honey buns all up on my thighs to ratchet music. Not to no Lizzo, ratchet. And now my husband, I don't know, he's probably busy. he want to address the lies. And then when he do come up out the bushes or ever come on the show, it's gonna be Nate should address the truth. We're married. And people are talking about us right now on YouTube right now. And Nate, we did 10,000 views on the short. They were dragging me for a film. I don't care because I can take it. Hey, I'm not dancing to Lizzo in the club. DJ Cool Sanctuary. Okay. Pop, 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 pop. Okay. It's just a great vibe because Vegas is coming up. Couture Bay in the chat. We not playing no Couture Bay. Better not put on no Lizzo. When I pull up, when we go to the club and everything, I'm talking to. We got an idea of where we gonna be going. I want to have fun for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I want to leave on Monday lit. Okay? That's how I want to leave when I leave Vegas. I want to leave there lit. That's me and my husband, Nate 7. This is our first vacation together. This is our first vacation. We ain't playing no games. I don't want to hear no Lizzo. Only thing I want to think about is Lizzo. Give me a 3-piece. Give me some buffalo wings. Give me some a Wild Simon. But what else we eat? Fish, chicken. The only time I want to think about is grease when I think about Lizzo. I don't want no positive music. I want ratchet music. And whoever coming to Vegas, come to have a good vibe on April 26th through the 28th. And people were saying, if you coming to do something wrong, they will ban you in Vegas. So if you come there, you will be arrested, banned, and it will be a series made about you. You will be banned and arrested. Now, some of y'all, I got 1 or 2 of y'all in my spirit. You already got a criminal record. I don't want to see no black brother spend the rest of their life in prison and banned from Vegas. Don't let these other content creators set you up because they will not bail you out. Don't be dumb. Stay in your little corner because you'll be in handcuffs. And them same bloggers you doing it for, they're going to be dragging you. All right? Okay. I see you. You think people ain't telling me about what's going on? Don't you be dumb. Okay? Save your little money. You rarely can come to Vegas. And you come there with no money, that means when you get bail, you can't even pay the bail's bondsman. They know who you are, dummy. You post everything on the internet, stupid. These people ain't going to be bailing you out. They're going to talk about you and drag you. These are educated, military-trained women. And whose side the police going to take? They side. This ain't no sexy red. Now, we're going to be listening to sexy red, but these are career-driven men with businesses and everything. You come if you won't do with that food. You're going to stand out like a sore thumb. Stay at home. You can't, especially if you ain't got no haircut. If you ain't got no haircut and can't control your emotions, stay at home. This ain't no Zeus event. This is a Couture Bay and a Wiley event. This ain't no Zeus. Some of y'all did that for Zeus. Didn't even get a Zeus day. At least somebody else got a job with Fox. You didn't even get no Zeus day. You stalker. You didn't even get no Zeus check. At least Armand, my former favorite celebrity, talking to Ray J, begging for a job. And I get it. Even he said he might want to come to Vegas. He should come to Vegas. Why not meet a king? A king? Meet another king. Might as well come. You ain't gonna be doing Fox O on Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday. Come on. This is the first of many events that we have. I'm not waiting. Give me a second. I'm not waiting to be accepted by Hollywood. I'm gonna make my own Hollywood. I'm not waiting for nobody. I'm getting it for myself, and women around me respect that. Do you know how women respect a man that is a go-getter? That's the biggest turn on for women and also for my husband. That's the biggest turn on for women and men to see that. This is what makes the Wiley Show, Lizzo. I'm going to tell you, because you are positive, correct, Lizzo? This is what makes the Wiley Show stand out. Because I'm not trying to adapt to the status quo. The status quo is fakeness, infected veneer wearing. Okay? That's the status quo. I'm coming in and saying, no, I don't want to deal with that. I create my own entity. I go out, hang out with my subscribers. I'm not ashamed of meeting my viewers. We don't delete videos and privatize videos to sit with people that don't care about the people that look like me. We are committed to continue to entertain viewers and not delete our YouTube personality. Sorry. We're not doing that. So anybody that's in the LA market that want to meet somebody that's entertaining, that ain't phony and fake, come meet Wiley. Come meet Couture Bay. Come meet somebody that's real. You want to be accepted. Skip them. They ain't no cool kids. Struggling, veneer wearing, infected with toothaches, bad backs. They're not no cool kids. They're unknown. When I was having a meeting with my producers about the numbers, they not even in the top 10. They not cool, considered mainstream-wise. To me, they used to be cool. They lukewarm, spoiled, rotten to the core. But when you look at the data, they ain't nothing. And if they so cool, when they doing them story times and positive affirmations, why they ain't got no 10,000 views? 20,000. How about 30,000? Because those people over there don't give a darn about that positivity. What do they want? Dirtiness. What do they want? To be cussed out. What do they want? To be called all type of derogatory terms in form of entertainment. They don't want to listen to you give a story time that you are black, that you are brown, that you are successful, that you can manage. They don't want to hear that. If they want to see that, they'll watch Bishop T.D. Jakes, Clefo Dollar. They ain't gonna listen there when they ain't gonna receive that message for you. You could be talking good. What they want to receive, let's talk about how dirty and filthy Sexy Red draws smell. Is it fishy? Do it smell like urine? Let's talk about Lizzo. Is she gonna get on Ozempic? Let's talk about Nicki Minaj and that husband protecting his queen, but he should have been protecting Jennifer Hugh. That's what they want to hear. Talk back to me in this chat. They don't want to see veneer wearing telling them about some positive affirmation because the lifestyle that you live, they don't agree with. Do you think them women agree with that lifestyle? You tune them legs in the air for a man? No. They ain't receiving that because in their subconscious, you on your way to hell for your lifestyle. Talk back to me in this chat. But they will receive you once you entertaining them. You try to tell them how to live their life, they're going to tell you something, they're going to make you cry. They ain't stunned that positive affirmation. Just look at it. They ain't stunned it. They say, I don't know who you talking. Me either. I'm talking about ghetto-ness. I'm talking about being yourself. I'm talking about when you lose who you are. That's what I'm talking about. You trying to be a fake Lizzo with veneers, and you a dirty, ratchet, uneducated sexy red that just so happen to wear white labels. I want to say that for the record. Just so happen to wear white labels because you want to be white. Yeah, I'm talking. Say amen or say ouch. Manifest to stop trying to live up a picture perfect life. There's no such thing as that. Because soon you start working on your body, you gonna be manifesting looking like Michael Jackson, Tito Jackson, and Janet. How you gonna try to tell people to be positive and manifest when you changing how your body look? Then you say, Brother Wiley ain't talking about nothing. He ain't got no influence. Your black crusty behind at the gym with a photographer. Sir, shut up. You proving my point. If I didn't have no influence, why your musty stinking tail up there with a photographer at the gym to show that you really working out? You ain't really working out. You just see the glow of a real man. Hey, shabba, shatta, bye, bye, shabba. You see a glow. Somebody that is natural, that is coming up, and we did it without getting on our backside, doodling up the sheets of those Hollywood executives. We doing it our own way, and guess what? You still peeking in the corner. No different than when Flame Monroe, that struggling stand-up comedian, in the gym. Now, she wasn't even up. She got me blocked, but she still was watching that struggling stand-up comedian, a whole struggle. That show she did in Brooklyn, only 10 people showed up. You are struggle and weak. Struggle and weak. And guess what? When she talking, you watch it. How you that famous and you watching Wiley because you a struggle. You ain't a struggle. You don't see Monique talking about me. Why? Because she too busy selling out shows. Working on Hollywood sets. Getting real money now. You got to share the spotlight with Tiffany Haddish, but you can't share with her because she's a drunk. She's a sinking ship. Sit down, someone. Don't you utter my name, you wicked demon, you. Skip your raggedy kids. They raggedy. Because any good kids with sense will say, Mama, learn how to do your hair. Learn how to bathe. Stop stinking up the house with that old coffee, inspired coffee. Ignore Brother Wiley. How you say you smart and conscious that you move a certain way and you let Brother Wiley that got bipolar and nappy hair provoke you? Sit down, get off that computer. Go in there and learn some common sense. Ain't my fault. The little baby, the son, he's an adult now. He would pee on himself at the Jeffrey pub. High, heavy piss. I just talked to him recently. He doing a little bit better. But I can still smell urine. You always say something. Skip your kids. You out of order. Let me tell you something, Flame. I got to say it because the spirit is leading me to say it. If you worried about people, how they treat kids, then why did you sit yo dusty? Wanna be RuPaul never could be RuPaul. Why would you sit with Tasha when she sat there and trashed people kids? You hypocrite. You a hypocrite. You said kids, you love your kids, then why would you sit with Tasha when you say you love Tina Knowles? How you love Tina Knowles and you sat on the platform with a person that got sued for millions for trashing Tina Knowles' grandbaby? You wanna be to be, never gonna happen, RuPaul. So if you really love your kids, then live up, practice what you preach. Practice what you preach if you really love your kids. Hey, I'm live right now. Okay. Practice what you preach. You talking about my kids? Shut up. Learn how to ignore what people say. You want to make it in the industry. If you can't handle Brother Wiley, you're not going to be able to handle Saturday Night Live when they do a show about your baby soaking through them adult diapers. If you can't handle Brother Wiley, you're not ready for mainstream success. Stick entertaining people in these drag shows with Leaky Roos. Shut up. If you can't handle Wiley mouth, ignore Brother Wiley. Don't you supposed to be famous? You couldn't afford a front row seat. You sat all the way in the back on that plane. If you really popping, why you in the front? Why you in your raggedy, ugly, divorcee, never gonna happen, EBT wearing heifer friend that can't keep a man to save her life? She was screwing the guy at the Jeffrey pub, tried to marry him, and he dumped her and slept with her brother. That's that same raggedy woman. And y'all humped each other because she can't get a real straight man. She got to settle for a man like Flame. And still broke. You back there in the play, way in the back. Can't get mad at Brother Wiley. Get mad at your life. You 60-some years old, never made it mainstream in comedy. Never was in a high gross budget movie. Moving on. I just want to say that for free. It was about damn time, in the words of Lotto, that I had to get that off my chest. Let's talk about Diddy oldest son, one of his children, right? Is this one of his children, not oldest, but one of them, right? Is this his oldest one? Let me know in the chat. He's been sued for SA, King. Y'all know him as King Kong. This is Diddy clone. He want to rap. He's geeky, nerdy. Never gonna happen. He's attractive, but he's a nerd. He's not a real thug. He's nerdy. Got great 360 wave. Probably a hair implant. Probably not real. But he's being sued right now. But this is his youngest child. Thank you, Time Out. You got to let me know. This is youngest child. Never really going to happen as a rapper. He's never going to be on 50 Cent level. Not even Ja Rule level. He's better than Saucy Santana. He's sweet just like him too. So he's being sued. And this is really, really something, you guys, that this man is being sued. And he's accused of SA and putting the Bill Cosby pudding in women's drinks. They're saying that things are getting even crazier. Son of Diddy, Christian, has been accused of SA and putting some Diddy's in the drink. They're saying that the lawsuit is by allegations. They say although he may not know who is the specific individual, but the rapper who performed under the stage name King Combs has been romantically linked to multiple women during his time in the spotlight. And they talk about who he dated. They said he'd been dragged into a web of alarming allegations, including his father, Diddy, who has been a target of multiple lawsuits in recent months, alleging misuse, trafficking, and other offenses. The allegations brought against King Kong has been characterized as serious. So, I believe he probably did do it because he's trying to live up to his father identity. He wants his father wealth. He get tired. Oh, that's Diddy's son. He want to be known as King Combs, as building his own legacy. And the reason why you're going to always be known as your father, because you was up your father's butt. I hope you didn't sleep with your father, So you was up his butt. So it's time for you to have your own identity. Now, maybe it would have worked if you'd have broke ranks with your father and stopped trying to do your father's music and remix his remixes and have your own identity. You didn't do it. So that's why you are known as a younger, geeky, quirky Diddy son that never really could made it in hip hop because you kept trying to use your daddy formula from putting stuff in women's drinks, touching on men, in women. Maybe you just like women, not men. Maybe that's your father, just like men and women. But you probably picked up your daddy, allegedly, his sick identity to keep up with that image. Is it sad? Absolutely. It's disgusting. It's disgusting to have 360 waves and yet you still got to put something in your man's drink. That to me is disgusting. You got to do that to put that. I don't understand. This is why you're sick, because number one, you can sleep with any woman you want consensually. It could be a consensual thing because you're attractive. There's plenty of women and you got money. What make it sick is that you're tired of just getting women with consent. You want to take it. You want to be like your daddy because you being in your daddy bedroom and being in your daddy house, you see your daddy putting stuff in women's drinks. They walking over sore. You seeing men walking over with messed up undergarments, leaving there broken. You addicted to that. You saw how much power your father had with all these powerful men. You seen it all. So now you want to pick up that baton of just putting in their drinks because you want to drink your daddy's, you want to have that success. And your daddy know you do it. He said, you my son, do that. Women are nothing. They're discarded. You're powerful. And so you're doing that. But now your career, you're not going to have that long run of deviant behavior like your father. You're going down. And if you were smart, you would have never done it. You would have just been a geeky mathematics, scientist type of dude, a lawyer, could have been a basketball player. You could have been an OnlyFans star. You could have been on all this stuff, but now you want to be a Bill Cosby with 360 ways. And now you're probably going to be going to federal prison. This is disgusting. And you have nobody to blame but your sick, twisted ways, like Kenneth Petty. And now you may have to register as a SA. Who knows? As a SO. But I am really going to keep you all updated on it. Again, this is all being reported. There is nothing that have came out of him being charged with anything or him losing this civil suit. But I'm not shocked that this brother is being accused of this vicious crime. We will keep you all updated on this vicious, nasty, dementic, stinky crime. And I would say this, without a doubt, any man that take something from a woman, any men that do that do not deserve to be out in society. They deserve to be locked up and the key thrown away. They should at least serve a minimum of 80 years in prison and 20 plus years. So about 100 years, because it's going to take, it will take multiple lifetimes for that woman to ever recover to get back to some type of sense. All right. And that just will be my whole entire docket. Now we will go to this other piece with Stevie J. Now, Stevie J was on TMZ. I love Stevie J. He was on TMZ and he was calling Diddy a Uncle Tom. He was trashing him on TMZ, saying these allegations are not true. They're saying that Stevie G and Cuban Gooding were getting it in. He was clapping them cheeks. And he said that 50 Cent, and then he said it about Diddy. I'm sorry. He said that 50 Cent is an Uncle Tom and that 50 Cent will never happen. That he want to box 50 Cent and then he started posting 50 Cent tea of him being a DV about putting women up to a washing machine and dryer. And Stevie said it on TMZ. I saw it before I came on the broadcast. I said, oh my gosh. But we know that Stevie J is a very disgusting man. I mean, he put that wrinkle, man-loving peen in Faith and literally are going to get spousal support from Faith Evans. So this is the Stevie J. And also, the point with 50 Cent, he's not a good guy. The way how he treated some Marquise is disgusting. The way how he treated women were disgusting. But he is a troll. He's trolling Diddy. He had been trolling Diddy for a while. But this is what is all. But Stevie J had to understand is you need to have that smoke for who sued you. And that wasn't 50-50 didn't sue you. That was the brother, that was the producer from the Love album. He said he saw you on the yacht getting it in with Cuba, whatever that struggling actor is doing. We haven't heard from him since he was, on Losing Isaiah, the last time he was relevant. So he's a struggling actor. But yeah, I guess he tried to revise his career, resurrect his career by giving you the cheeks. Obviously, them cheeks didn't work. Obviously, was bad in bed because he wasn't in no top-notch movie in decades. He's just been having cases of criminal behavior. So again, and that ain't the first lawsuit that Mr. Cuba have. And it's so sad, and it's disgusting, it's nasty. But I would tell you, Jocelyn, thank you. Our producer said, Jocelyn said that Stevie J will watch. Of course he did. That's the best type of adult entertainment ever, to see two men. But what is disgusting of it is that that you're denying it. Like, if you didn't do it, if it don't keep addressing it. Just move on. That's just like when Meek Mill talking about, I'm not gay, I'm straight. But then he said losing a cellmate is like losing your girl. He would make these innuendo stuff, and then of course Meek Mill got his thing wet in jail. Most of them do. I mean, you still got to get it in. A hole is still a hole. And I heard man mouth is way better than women mouth in some instance. So it is a hole is a hole. There's a short story on YouTube, and it was on TikTok, where this guy went to prison. It was a short, maybe a 30-minute film, and he got it in with the guy. And he said, when is the guard coming back? He said, it want to be about 30 minutes. He's like, come here. and he told the guy in prison to give him fellatio, and then they showed the next thing. He said, listen, I'm not gay. And pretty much in his mind, I just did it because I needed some entertainment. I needed to feel good on the inside part, you know? But we will keep you all updated on the freak off gate between Stevie J, Diddy, King Combs, and also 50 Cent, because he's no different when you putting hands on women. That's disgusted as well. So we're gonna keep y'all updated on all the mess and all the drama. Woo, woo. All right. If anybody that want to call in, the number is 972-674-9462. If you want to call in, that is the number. If you want to get your thoughts, you can give your thoughts at this particular time. So we are streaming on X, we're streaming on Twitch, we're streaming everywhere that you can find us. If you want to call in, you can. Oh, child, we even got family. Okay. I can't do that. We got somebody call me. Give me a second. And we done. Don't nobody want to call in because I know y'all sleeping. If you don't want to call in, I'm sorry. Oh, that's okay. Let me text them back. Okay. All right. So that's disgusting. Not disgusting, but somebody just called me. But I will talk about Nikki and her husband. Give me 1 second. If y'all don't mind, can I talk about Nikki and her husband for a second? I just want to talk about Nikki and her husband. Do y'all mind if I talk about Nikki and her husband? Just let me know do y'all mind if I talk about Nikki and her husband for a quick little moment here. My producer sent me some stuff about Nikki and her husband, and it's very, very something that I do want to talk about, but give me a quick second here while we bring them up. Nigga, a husband here. Oh, wait. Oh, that's a beautiful picture, Paul. Oh, waiting on Paul to send it to me. Oh, that is a beautiful picture. If y'all don't mind. Okay. Do I have y'all permission? Type yes. I need 5 people to type yes if you want me to talk about Nikki and her husband. I need 5 people to type yes. I need 5 yeses in the building. And I need 5 likes. 5 yeses and 5 likes. 5 yeses and 5 likes. Okay. Let's talk about it. So Nicki Minaj, you know, is on tour and she's showing love and she's out here just really showing the world that she's one of the greatest lip syncing rappers in history. And this was a situation that went on that Nicki Minaj's husband was going to like lay hands on this guy, Mr. Mike Caster, the president of the Black Music at Atlantic Records. You could see her, you know what I'm saying, where he was coming out and Nicki Minaj's husband saw him and was about to come into her, and Nicki grabbed her husband like, come on, like he's not worth it. You all know that Nicki Minaj got a beef with Atlantic Records. And of course, if y'all don't know, that's Cardi B label because they have been blackballing her in the past. And that's what made her have all these numerous Queen Radio rants about her being blackballed, etc., chewing on ice and whatever. The one thing I have some respect about Kenneth Petty, because even though what he did to Jennifer was disgusting, I have respect that he really wanted to defend his woman's honor, his wife's honor. But this is the liability piece of Mr. Kenneth Petty. You can't be trying to throw hands on people because if you would have hit that man, that would have been the end of your wife's career. She would not get invited to stuff. She would have been sued already. She got multiple liens because of this tour, allegedly, according to Kim Barbie, Cardi B best friend. So that's the piece. Like, you got to ignore folks. You can't be out there throwing hands. So let me tell you, Mr. Kenneth, you're going to be throwing hands on everybody because a lot of people can't stand your wife. Between Kim, between Mary J. Blige, between Queen Latifah, between Azealia Banks, people just cannot stand Nicki Minaj because she have done a lot of lies. She's stolen material from great artists. She act like she don't have writers, which is a lie. She have multiple writers. She act like she just writes songs on the top of the dome, and she really don't. She's disrespectful to the deceased. She talked about Megan Thee Stallion, deceased mother, and she was mad that Megan Thee Stallion went #1 and Nicki Minaj did not go #1. None of her records went #1 on her album. So that's what all that particular piece. And then people are bragging that her tour has sold out. It should have sold out because the woman had been doing it for about 20 some years. She had been rapping or lip syncing and stealing Lil' Kim style for the past 20 years. So of course it should have sold out when she are considered to being the queen. Obviously it's not a world tours. Obviously it don't have the Beyonce impact or Taylor Swift impact, but it's okay for her. But is she's bringing home most of the proceeds of that label? I mean, of that tour? No, it's going back to her previous debt of her counsel on the tour, according to Cardi B best friend Kim Barbie. And let's be clear, Nicki Minaj is really upset, and she should be upset at Megan's Law, and that's what the Queen Megan Thee Stallion have said. And so Megan Thee Stallion is actually doing a record with Glorilla, and they're gonna have a song that's gonna come out very very soon. And so this is why Nicki is upset, because she's no longer the only end all be all. It's plenty of women. Actually, she should be very afraid of Sexy Red. Sexy Red is more popular, and Sexy Red took her place with Drake. And Drake loved Sexy Red. He loved that musty fish box because he have been promoting her all the time. He used to promote Nicki, but Nicki is old news. In order for Drake to stay relevant, he cannot be trying to attach himself to a struggling wife that's married a whole Jennifer Toucher. He have to attach himself to the youth, and Sexy Red got more years in front of her than behind her. Nicki don't. Okay, one slip and fall, that's the end for Nicki Minaj, and she have slipped and fell, and that's why she's trying her best to put on this image that she's so successful. And then one of the disgusting things I saw from Nicki and from her fans, they outside in the cold. And then she do a whole photo up. I just want y'all to be inside. Put on a coat. They put on a. I said, that's all fake. That's fake. Shut up. And then why would your fans sit outside? They can't afford no coats. It's like, why are you outside and it's freezing trying to get a picture with Nicki? Y'all can't afford a coat or a hat or hot chocolate. But that's Nicki Minaj. Again, I'm not about to get into Nicki Minaj business because that's not my business. I am a commentator and I keep it real, but Nicki Minaj is one of the nastiest women in hip hop. She's very disrespectful to the Grammys, to those producers, to Miley Cyrus' father, to Miley Cyrus herself. She did not treat my sister right. Miley Cyrus was an incredible artist. She didn't play her cards correctly. And so this is something that Nicki Minaj needs to say. And in my close about Nicki also posted a thank you note from Beyonce. She held on to this thank you note just to get back at Megan Thee Stallion. But you were just criticizing Jay-Z, but yet you're uplifting his wife. And the only reason why Beyonce did it is because she's playing reverse psychology to show, like, girl, I'm the queen, and look, you're going to be desperate to post me on your platform. So it is what it is. And her concert is really great. She's not rapping for real. She's rapping on the track, and she got great dancers, great lighting, and the Ozempic did incredible. I'm surprised why Ozempic was not a sponsor of the tour, and her fans can't sing at all. Then the artists can't sing. And then somebody said, Nicki is still young. That's a lie. She's older. She's almost 50. The reason why she looked like she young, that's all that makeup. Let her take that makeup off. She would look like a 50 or 45-year-old cashier at a cashier check cashing place. Okay. That's all that heavy Mac. Because when she take it off, she gonna look like a 55-year-old a grocery stocker at Walmart. So let's just keep that all the way real. So she's not that young. I mean, just look at it. She's almost a couple more years. She will be 50. Okay. You know, that's just me. Okay. Woo! We're all done with that. Let me get her husband over here before he try to run up on me. Okay. We love you all so very much for tuning in to another episode of The Wiley Show. This has been one of the greatest episodes ever because I was here. We want to say if you want to meet us, we will be in Vegas April 26th to the 28th. And I'm looking forward to seeing you, and you. I love you. For those that are coming through, please do. This is the last weekend of the month. We were supposed to have Nate on the show, but Nate was called into work. He's very, very busy. But he will be on the show soon because I was going to do the show earlier, but I was tired. So when I got in, I called my husband. I said, husband, I'm really, really tired right now. And so I kind of slept and I was tired. I was supposed to bring K-Star on my radio show and make sure I'll go get his music, but I couldn't bring him on because I was asleep. But I said, I'm going to still play his music or whatever because I was so tired. I was really, really, really tired. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I need some rest. I need some rest. I need some rest. Okay. And I needed that rest. And I hope my husband understand, but I needed some much needed rest. I was so tired. I've been up. I start my day around like 4, sometimes 3:30, 4 o'clock, and I needed rest, and which is a good thing. That's a good thing to be that way. And I even get phone calls from my job, from my other job, be telling me to come in, but I couldn't because I'm with y'all and I love y'all. I love being black. I love entertaining. I love y'all. Make sure if you want to contribute to the show, you can Cash App us. Some of y'all have done that. Zelle at WileyShow@gmail.com. Cash App $ Marquise Wiley 28. Also, we have a P.O. box. Some of y'all have been sending items, and I did pick an item up. This book, the other Westmore. I did have a card. One of my viewers from Vegas sent me a card. Mr. Gill, and then also, Blue Sky, she sent me a book in the pill box. So I have to extend it because y'all do send stuff to that, and especially on my birthday. That's like a lot of people send a gifts to me. So I love you all. This about his life. So I'm gonna read it and let y'all know. Okay. Love you all so very much. We thank you all. This has been amazing. And everything for that way. Miss Shady, say your show. Oh, child, girl, go. Sorry, not gonna happen. Going over there with Foxo. You really tried that, Miss Shady. I'm sorry. You be all up in the comments. That ain't nothing but a blogger. Look at that blogger in the chat. And everybody, I'm like, you can tell the bloggers. They be right there coming up out the bush. Look at that blogger. You thought I wasn't going to call you out on it, okay? Okay, Miss Shady. Okay. We are now at 35,301 subscribers. Yes. Oh, man. That's what I'm talking about. Wow, we have gained yet another 100 subscribers. Shady, did you see that? We'll see y'all later. Little black boy, you beautiful. Little black girl, you are enough. When times get hard, always remember to put God first. Bye-bye.